Namo Shakyamuni Buddha. Namo Shakyamuni Buddha. Namo Shakyamuni Buddha. Good morning, everyone. Today, let's continue to use this book, The Buddha Speaks, for today's study. Today, I'm going to read 2 paragraphs of Diamond Sutra. Before I do the reading, I wanted to introduce one of Buddha's disciples to you. His name is Subhuti. Subhuti was born in a Brahmin family. It's a good family in a very high caste level. And also his family was wealthy family. Even when he was young, before he became a monk, Subhuti was very kind to poor people. So he was always giving something to those needy. After he became a monk, he studied Buddha's teaching diligently. And finally, people gave him a special title. He's #1 disciple who understands the teaching of emptiness, the teaching of Sanyata. I'm sorry. So this is very special. If you study Buddha's disciples, basically we can find 10 very important, very prominent disciples of a Buddha that we can study, we can learn from them. Okay, and Subhuti is in those 10 categories. So today we wanted to understand Subhuti PQ, Venerable Subhuti, because he understood Sanyata profoundly. So he's the first #1 disciple who's very, very able to teach people the meaning of emptiness. Now let me open this book. Let's read the first paragraph. This is translated from Diamond Sutra. Subhuti, Buddha said, Subhuti, do not think that when one gives rise to the highest, most fulfilled, awakened mind, one needs to see all objects of mind as non-existent. Let me repeat this sentence again. Okay. Subhuti, do not think that when one gives rise to the highest, most fulfilled, awakened mind, one needs to see all objects of mind as non-existence, cut off from life. Okay. Please do not think in that way. One who gives rise to the awakened mind does not deny objects or say that they are non-existent. Let me stop here for a while. In Diamond Sutra, if you read carefully, you are going to discover that in this sutra, never mention the word of emptiness. No word of emptiness. Just mentioning no form. So it's very interesting, that for us to know. In some sutras, we translate Sanyata into emptiness, but some other sutras maybe translate into formlessness. So in Diamond Sutra, even though it teaches us to understand emptiness, sunyata, but never mention, emptiness. Just say formlessness. When Buddha achieved the highest level of enlightenment, awakened, actually that means he's fully understand the emptiness, no more attachment, completely free from all attachments. After we read this paragraph, I have some thoughts that I want to share based on my personal experience, that I saw some phenomenon around us. And those people actually using the idea of emptiness, okay? And they feel they can develop a certain kind of a thinking by their own way. And they deny the reality, right? Cut off from life sometimes. Okay. Once I was in the school, long time ago, I met a student from New York, and he's American, a young man, very nice young man. He studied at Columbia University, but somehow he decided to go to Taiwan, stay at Fo-Guang-Shan for a few years, study Chinese, study Buddhism. One day, I was talking to him, and after a while, he tears the book cover from one of the Buddhist books. I was surprised. I said, Pu Shen-Yun, why did you do this? It's a good book. We need to protect this book. Why you tear the cover off? He said, I feel the cover is not convenient for me, and I don't want to keep the cover. And also, Reverend Han Yi, don't worry about this book. This book is empty. Yeah, it's not real. So it's okay to do this. I was very surprised at the moment. I was very young. I was about 17, 18 years old at the moment. And after I saw this incident, I continue contemplate on this kind of experience. Should we, tear away the book cover? Just think this book is empty. After I study and contemplate for a very long time, I feel it's not correct to use emptiness to do this kind of action. We cannot misuse emptiness to create this kind of a conduct. Emptiness doesn't teach us that everything is empty, so we can destroy everything. No, that is not the way. Okay. After Buddha achieved enlightenment, he fully understands the empty nature of everything. He reached the highest level of enlightenment. When we reach this level, it doesn't mean we need to cut off from reality. Okay. So this is one story that I wanted to share with you. Emptiness, when we achieve enlightenment, we understand that everything is conditional. It doesn't mean we can destroy anything that we wanted to destroy, not in this kind of way that we should, continue. It's not the right way to develop. And at the same time, I feel when we achieve enlightenment, when we understand the nature of emptiness, Actually, we wanted to protect good conditions for good purpose. Okay, so this is one story. Another story is sometimes some people that I talk to, they suddenly, gave up everything. Yeah, and went to the mountain and say that all friendship is not real. The world is full of headaches. Okay, so now he sees emptiness. Now he wants to go to the mountain and meditate by himself. Is it right for us to develop this kind of decision? Suddenly, you wanted to live the reality, go to the mountain by yourself. Can we achieve liberation by doing this? I don't feel it's correct, 100%. Sometimes we wanted to have a retreat for maybe a certain time, maybe a few months, maybe a year, maybe 3 years. It's okay. But if you feel I wanted to completely cut off myself from reality, stay in a mountain by myself, thinking emptiness, hoping to achieve enlightenment, that is not the right way. So escape from reality is not the right attitude to use emptiness for the reason. Okay, I don't know my sentence is clear or not. You don't want to use emptiness for a reason, for you to escape from reality. Okay, actually, as a Buddhist, when we understand emptiness, actually we wanted to understand the reality, clearly, and find out what's wrong with it. Then we need to correct it. If something is good, we wanted to continue, to maintain those conditions. And also sometimes people will say that because of emptiness, so there's no real good or real bad. You don't have to care about good or bad, okay, wrong or right. You can do anything you want. In China, some people, they wanted to drink. They say drinking is okay. It's empty, nothing is real. Yeah, and I wanted to do whatever I wanted to do, and it's okay because life is empty. Okay. For those people, if you feel that emptiness means no good or bad, no right or wrong, why you still have to smile to people in order to show your friendly face? Maybe, you should not care when someone slap you on the face. You should not, raise your anger because it's empty. Yeah, if you don't mind good or bad, someone take your money, it's okay. Someone beat you, it's okay. Actually, it's not. Okay, it's not like that. So in Buddhism, Buddha said, before we understand, before we study the wisdom of Nirvana, 涅槃智, we have to have the wisdom, that understanding the establishment of everything, of all kinds of phenomena. That means before we understand emptiness, actually we wanted to develop our understand causations, the law of cause and effect carefully, clearly. So if someone don't understand this part, then jump himself to the upper level to say everything is empty, that it's not it's not correct. Okay. So today, for this part, I wanted to mention another teaching from 百论. I don't know how to translate into English for this book. In this book, it says that as a Buddhist, what we should do is we wanted to use good conduct to eradicate negative conducts. Okay, positive conducts to eradicate negative conducts. After we achieve in the very high level, then we use detachment to detach from all kinds of good conducts. Okay, you still, cultivating good conducts, but you don't want it to increase your attachment on those doing. Okay, that is a very important sentence in Buddhism. All right, let's read another part. One who gives rise to the awakened mind should know that what is called a self or a person, a living being, or a lifespan is not so in essence, but only in concept. The names self, person, living being, or lifespan are names only. Subhuti, you should know that all the things of the world are like this, and you should have confidence in their essence without names. As stars, a lamp, a fault of a vision, as dewdrops or a bubble, a dream, a lightning flash, a cloud, so one should see conditioned things. Diamond Sutra. When I read this part, actually I wanted to explain one of the translation. Okay, this translation is very important in Diamond Sutra. In Chinese, we say 我相、人相、众生相、寿者相. That means the name of self, the name of a person, the name of a living being, the name of lifespan. 我相、人相、众生相、寿者相. But somehow, when people translate 众生相 into English, they always translate in this way, living beings. 众生相, living beings. Yes, in Chinese, when we say 众生, we are mentioning living beings. But not many people actually study why we use 众生 to name living beings. Actually, if we study carefully, 众生 means conditional or conditions and arise, conditional arising being, conditional arising being, or conditioned arise beings. Okay, this is a little difficult, okay, to explain. Actually, in this part, it mentioned that when we attach to self, when we attach to I have a concept of I or self. I have a concept of person. I'm a person. I'm not a chicken. I'm not a monkey. Okay, I am a person. Okay, you identify yourself as a person, not other beings. Okay, and also you identify yourself like 众生, conditioned beings, or conditioned arising. Shen means arising, conditioned arising. So in this part, it's difficult to understand. In this kind of concept, even I understand I am conditioned. I am having 5 skandhas. I'm here because I have 5 skandhas. Okay, I have those 5 conditions. Okay, so I attach to those 5 skandhas. This is my body. This is my feeling. This is my perception. This is my mental formation. This is my consciousness. So actually, when we say 众生, means even though we are thinking we are conditional, but I'm attached to those conditions. Okay, so this is a 众生相. I have those 5 conditions for myself. These are my conditions. So in this way, we are correctly understand the meaning of this name. Okay, lifespan simply means I wanted to live very long. I have a lifespan. I'm going to live for 100 years. But actually, we all hope I can live forever. Having a concept of life, forever, for a very long time, is another concept of I. I'm still here today. I hope I will be here tomorrow. Next year, after 100 years, I'm still here, I hope. Okay, that is the kind of a self-attachment that we have those concepts in minds. And today I wanted to develop a little more understanding on this part. In Buddhism, actually, when we have attachment, the strongest attachment is ourself. So that's why in Diamond Sutra, this sutra repeats this concept all the time. Yeah, when we say yourself, there's no real self. When you say there's a person, there's no real person. When you say there's a living being, there's no real living being. When you say there's a lifespan, there's no real lifespan. Continue to remind us that we should not attach to those concepts. But without those concepts, actually, we are here. I'm here today, having a changing self at this moment. In Buddhism, we don't deny this part. Okay, you understand there's no permanent, unchangeable self. We don't agree, those ideas. There's no permanent self. There's no unchangeable self. But we do have a changeable self, conditional self. Yeah, it's changing constantly. So that's why we are here. We cannot deny this part. Okay. And secondly, because we are conditional, these conditions are automatically connected with other people, even with the earth, with the universe. So we wanted to understand this clearly, not to develop, self-centered personality. And see you are the only one, the most important, person in this world. You wanted to respect others. You wanted to be friendly with others. You wanted to find the right way to live with others. Okay. And that is very important. We are connected because we are all conditional. And some conditions are, related with each other. And it's important. So this is the base for Buddhists to develop loving kindness and compassion. Based on this kind of understanding, we are connected. Okay. And also at the same time, in Buddhism, because we understand everything is changing, everything is not permanent. So we wanted to develop a skill, skillfully to use all conditions correctly, to benefit yourself, to benefit others. You don't want to, stay in the past. Something is past already. You don't want it to stay in the past. Past is past. Let it go. You don't want it to stay in the past. Nothing is changeable. Also, you don't want it to worry about the future. Future is not coming yet. If you have worry about your future, maybe you are wasting your energy. But living in the present moment, skillfully use all conditions around you at this moment, in this moment. This is the attitude we should develop, we should have. Okay. Thank you so much. Namo Buddha, Namo Dhamma, Namo Sangha. Namo Buddha, Namo Dhamma, Namo Sangha. Namo Buddha, Namo Dhamma, Namo Sangha.